Venus is transiting Libra sign from November 30 to December 25. So we are going to be looking at how this transit is going to affect all the signs, that is rashis or lagnas, both. So if you feel comfortable with looking from ascendant or lagna, you can check your results accordingly. Or if you feel comfortable looking at the results from the moon sign, then you can look at it from moon sign. So whichever is best for you, you try and listen to the results accordingly. So in astrology, that is in Vedic astrology, Venus is actually considered to be a goddess of love. It's considered to be a graha which is karaka for marriage, beauty and comfort. It is actually also considered as Mahalakshmi Venus. So apparently Venus has only one eye, and in our horoscope Venus controls our beauty, creativity, and also the luxuries in life. So if Venus is in a good position, and we tend to get good luxuries, or we tend to enjoy more luxury in our life. If Venus is somewhere afflicted, then we cannot enjoy as much as luxury compared to someone with a good dignity of Venus in their chart. Venus is also considered as a feminine planet. For Aries ascendant, Venus is transiting the 7th house. It is a lord of 2nd house and the 7th house. See, if you see, the 7th house is the house of partnership, marriage. So now Venus is transiting its own house here. Now this transit is very favorable for your married life, for your love life, for your relationship with your business partners. So Venus gives you an opportunity to enhance your relationship with your spouse here, and even the business wise also. At this point of time you will start doing a little better because Venus is in its own house. It's in the house of partnership, but you might incur a lot of expense here. Sometimes expense on luxury items and all of that is very much possible at this point of time. And apart from that, Venus is aspecting the 1st house, so it is the house of self. It's you, it's your whole self, right? So you will start grooming yourself. You will give more attention to yourself. You will be much interested in spending money on luxury items, or pampering yourself, buying beauty products, and all of those is going to happen during this time quite a lot more than what it has been previously. So those who are looking to get married, this time period is again good to get married, because Venus is karaka for marriage. So Venus can actually activate the marriage luck for you. And of course it is a generalized reading. So in case if you want to know what exactly is going to happen to you, then we need to look at your natal chart. But otherwise, overall, this is the transit result for Aries ascendant. For Taurus ascendant, Venus is transiting the 6th house. So it is your Lagna Lord. And, so since it is going to transit your 6th house from November 30th onwards, you have to be a little careful with your health, because again, the 6th house is a house of enemies, health, competition, and your maternal uncle. So here, since Taurus is your Lagna Lord, it might not harm you that much. It might try to protect you, but you have to be very careful with your health. So in case if there is something, you please reach out to doctor and do the health checkup if it is required. And moreover, it is aspecting the 12th house. So 12th house is again the house of hospitals, isolations, and all of that. so it can amplify the expenses more. You might end up spending money on, in hospital, or or any unwanted extra spending might just come in. So you need to manage your money properly. So avoid unwanted spending of money. So this is a period where you can actually get into like these secret affairs or extramarital affairs, and be careful with this, because this can actually break up your marriage. So make sure that you don't get into all of these things. And on the positive side, the good thing is that you will definitely get support from your maternal uncle, in case if you are looking out for any sort of support. Again, it is your own Lagna Lord which is going into the 6th house. So try not to damage your image in the society. So yeah, that's pretty much about the Taurus ascendant. For a Gemini ascendant, Venus is transiting the 5th house. So it is also the Lord of 12th house, transiting the 5th house. Now the 5th house is the house of education, children, love relations. So if you are into creative work, arts, designing, or poetry, writing, so any of these creative, if you're into any of these creative work, then this is a period that this work is definitely going to flourish. And you also might get in connection with foreigners, because it is the Lord of 12th house also, and it is aspecting the 11th house. 11th house is a house of gains, so you can get some kind of gains through your creative work. And even education wise also, you will start doing better here, because it is aspecting the 11th house here. Although you will definitely enjoy your relationship with your lover, there will be some kind of problems which will come up, because it is a Lord of 12th house. So be careful in the relationship aspect. So if you are a parent, then you will definitely spend a very great time. I mean, it's a good time with your children. You will bond very well. So that is going to happen during this transit time. So in case if you have invested in share market and all of that, you can expect some kind of profit from share market or any kind of investment that you have made. So yes, that's it for Gemini ascendants. For Cancer ascendant, the Venus is transiting the 4th house. Now here it is a Lord of 11th house also. Now 4th house is the house of mother, domestic life, vehicle, property, home. So this particular transit is going to be really great for Cancer ascendant, because you will start to bond with your mother. There will be good connection with your mother, and you will you will bring in so much of luxury, or you will enjoy the luxury of your home during this period. There will be people coming to visit you, like friends, your social circle. Basically your social circle contact is going to increase, because it is looking, Venus is looking at the 11th house, and 11th house is your social circle, friends, elder sibling. So in case if your sibling is staying abroad or is staying far away from you, so there are chances they might visit you during this time, or there will be more connection with your elder sibling during this time. And it is also aspecting your 10th house. So your career at this point of time is going to pick up very good. You will get support from your office. In case if you're doing business, then your business is going to definitely take off very well. And this is a very good period for you to buy properties and vehicles. So in case if you're planning to buy, then you can consider buying during this Venus transit. So that is it for Cancer ascendant. For a Leo ascendant, Venus is transiting the third house, and it is the house of sibling, hobbies, communication skill, and short distance travel. Now it is a Lord of 10th house also. So here Leo ascendants, you will become very soft spoken. Your communication skill will improve here. You'll be very pleasant basically. And in case if you have younger siblings, your relationship with them is going to become much better. And there are chances that you will spend a lot of money in your interest. Like if you have any hobbies or anything like that, you will start spending money on all of these things. Like if you are interested in, let's say, music or art, you will spend money to learn them. And again, it is looking at the ninth house. So ninth house is the house of spirituality, religion, long journeys. So you will end up spending money for all of these matters, and you might take a short pilgrimage and all of that over here. And of course, if you are in performance industry, this transit is going to be good for you because it will take you to limelight. And even again, if you're in media industry or you're doing any kind of job that that requires you to communicate, you're going to do great in this in this field. Your relationship with your father also will be great during this period of time. So he will guide you for better, and there are chances that you might get some job opportunities through your younger siblings. For Virgo ascendants, Venus is the lord of ninth house, and it is transiting the second house. Now second house is a house of your family, savings and speech. So here Venus is going to be very favorable for you. Since it is its second house has a karaka for speech. Here Venus will make you very soft spoken, and that is going to end up being very favorable for you. So you can get some benefits out of this quality. And since it's also a house of family members, you will see that all of a sudden people around you are being very affectionate to you. I mean the family members. And in case if you have had any problems with any of the family members, this is a time that you can try and mend your relation with them. And here it is a house of finance also, so you can get some sort of monetary benefit here. And again, it is looking aspecting the 8th house. Now 8th house is a house of in-laws and sudden gains and all of that. So in case if you have any joint assets and all of that, there will be increase in that profit, and you can also get some support from your in-laws. And if you're planning to start any kind of occult practices, this is the best time to do that, like learning Vedic astrology or tarot reading, or if you want to start it as a profession, again this is a good period to do that. For Libra ascendants, Venus is transiting the first house, so that is a house of yourself. It is a house of self personality, and here Venus is also the lord of the 8th house. So in this period, you will be, people will find you very charming. You will focus on grooming yourself. You will spend a lot of time to giving a better look for yourself. Maybe you will buy luxury items for yourself to groom yourself better. Again, people will find you very fascinating during this time, because you you will enjoy a lot of luxuries and a comfortable life during this transit. And again, you see the Venus is a lord of 8th house, so there can be some kind of uncertain events that can all of a sudden come into your life, because 8th house is all about things that's happening all of a sudden. It could be good things or bad things. Suddenly you might get a gain, suddenly you might you will incur losses. So that is that is there. So again, through this transit, Venus is looking at the 7th house. 7th house is a house of marriage and partnership. So this is a time that you will spend a lot of time with your spouse. And in case if you have any kind of issues with your spouse, this is a very good period that you can try and mend your relationship with your spouse. Spend quality time. This is really going to help your relationship. And in case if you are interested in occult science, like astrology or tarot reading and all of that, 8th house will help you, do that, or start off. In case if you are planning to start, Vedic astrology reading for people, then it is definitely going to help you. And if you're planning to start a business, this is again a good period to start a business or business partnership, both. For a Scorpio ascendant, Venus is the lord of 7th house, and it is transiting the 12th house, and from the 12th house it is aspecting the 6th house. Now the 12th house is the house of foreign land, expenses, losses. So Venus transiting in the 12th house can just get you some kind of mixed result. So here what happens is Venus will make you spend a lot of money. It could be on yourself, like just unwanted expenses can be incurred by you. Now Venus transiting here is very good for spiritual enhancement. So if you want to get into meditation and all of that, it will be very good. And again, if you're in export and import business, or if you're working in MNCs, if you are working in anything that is that has a connection with foreigners, who is not belonging to your culture, right? So that is going to go very well for you. Since Venus is the lord of the 7th house, here you can come up, there can be some kind of problem with business partners, even your spouse also. So you have to be a little careful at this side. Again, Venus aspecting the 6th house can give you some kind of health issues here. So you need to avoid any kind of conflict or conflict with people. And again, Venus can give you trouble through some female. So just be careful with this, because it could be at your workplace or it could be at your business. You might see that you are getting into trouble because of some female around you. So take care of these things during this transit. It will be, otherwise everything else will be fine. Venus is transiting the 11th house for Sagittarius ascendants, and it is the lord of the 6th house transiting the 11th house. So 11th house is the house of financial gains, elder siblings, it's the paternal uncle, your desires. So now Venus does not have a friendly relationship with your ascendant lord. So ascendant lord is Jupiter. So Venus has a little bit enmity towards Jupiter. So which is why you're going to be having a mixed result here. Again, it is also aspecting the 5th house. Of course, the Venus transit in 11th house will definitely increase your luxury and all of that. You will get a lot of material, material benefit through this transit. And again, you will get support from your elder siblings, and your paternal uncle will help you. Your social circle also going to increase a lot, because 11th house is the house of friends, social circle basically. In case this is again a very good period, that if in case if you have people who are not amicable with you, basically if you have any enemies and you want to solve the issues with them, then you can utilize this transit to approach them and resolve the issues. And try not to take any kind of financial risk during this time, because here you can incur losses if you are investing in any sort of business or stock market. So you might incur some sort of loss. So this period, try and avoid investing money in stock market or in any kind of business for that matter, and don't even lend money to anybody. Otherwise, Venus looking at the aspecting the fifth house is good for your love life. It is good for students. It's good for students who are writing the competitive exam. So things are going to turn out good in these areas. And you have to be careful with your health also during this point of time. For Capricorn ascendants, Venus is transiting the 10th house. Now, it is the lord of the 5th house. So, this Venus transiting in the 10th house is very good for your profession, because you're going to become very creative at your work. And since it is aspecting the 4th house, you might spend some money on interior designs or renovating home. So these all can be expected. And now you see the fifth lord Venus is transiting the 10th house. So for all of those all of those people who have completed your graduation, or who is looking for a new job, now this is a good period for you to get into a new job. So there are chances that you might get job, you might either get some kind of promotion or some changes in the job. For good changes can occur. So in case if you're somebody who's working in a office but you have a family business, then you might leave the job and then join the family business. But it is a good period to join the family business also. Again, since it is aspecting the fourth house, if you are planning to buy property or vehicles, again it is a good period to buy these things, because these are all luxury items which is going to be an add-on to your home, right? Especially the vehicle, of course. Apparently this overall transit for Capricorn is going to be pretty good. For Aquarius ascendants, Venus is transiting the ninth house. Now, this Venus is the lord of your ninth house as well as the fourth house, and it is transiting its own place through the ninth house, and it is aspecting the third house, right? Now, this particular transit is a good transit for you. So, during this transit, you will see that your luck your luck will increase. And since this is a house of long journeys, pilgrimage, you will definitely, take some trips. It could be short trips also, it can be long trips also, because from here, Venus is looking at the third house, which is a house of short trips as well. So you will, take up some journey for refreshment, just to take some break. You can you might consider traveling around during this period. Now this time is going to be very favorable for you, because you will blend very well with your family members, because Venus is the lord of your fourth house also. So of course you will take some you might visit temples or any religious place for that matter. And overall, your home environment will be pretty good, during this Venus transit. Even you can, there are chances, you may go out with your family, like you can take a travel, you can travel with your family members as well. Now Venus looking at the third house, it is good for media people. So if you're working in media, it is going to definitely be very beneficial for you. And you might, if you have some hobbies, then you might decide to pursue your hobby here. And you might get good help from your younger siblings. So again, if you are into entertainment business or creative work, this period is going to be very good for you. You will do very good with all of these creative works and entertainment works. So that's it for the Aquarius ascendant. So it's all going to be good for you. For Pisces ascendant, Venus is the lord of the third house as well as the eighth house. So Venus is transiting the eighth house and it is aspecting the second house. Now, eighth house is the house of sudden happenings, secrecy, and occult studies. So here, the eighth house transits are generally a little problematic transit, but since Venus is it is in its own sign, so it should not be too much of a trouble for you. But then again, you have to take care of your health, because you might experience health issues like urinary infections and all of that during this time. And your relationship with your in-laws also, you have to be a little careful. Like I said, since it's in its own sign, it might not create a lot of problem, but rather it can give you a good relationship with your in-laws. See, it all depends on what kind of Venus you have in your birth chart also. And again, Venus looking at the second house can increase your income. You might get profit. So here it increases your finances. Now, since it is a house, lord of third house, you should avoid any kind of disputes with a younger sibling. So there are chances that there can be some kind of disputes that can happen between you and your younger siblings. So that can be avoided. Otherwise, this particular transit is going to give you a mixed result. And try not to take too much of alcohol or too much of oily food during this transit, just to take, just so that you can take care of your health. So yeah, that's it for the Pisces ascendant.